What is up guys, it's Solheim here, back with another video for you. So today I finished my 24-hour gold farming challenge. I've literally just finished. I'm a little bit tired, a little bit happy, and a little bit frustrated all at once. But boy oh boy, do we have some info for you. So basically I've been farming gold for 24 hours, and instead of just doing the same things over and over, I've been trying to do a little bit of everything, test some gold farms, and I kinda picked 3 favorites. Or I picked 4 gold farms I tested out, 2 of them for a little shorter while, and a couple of them for a longer period, just to check out the gold per hour at different points of the day, as well as just check the gold per hour over a longer period of time, just to make sure that you're not getting inflated prices by RNG and stuff like that. So the plan for the video today is to talk about exactly what I did during those 24 hours, how much gold I made, the material I got, or the materials that I actually got from the farms, and also talk about everything that I've been learning about gold farming over the last couple of days as I've been testing out different farms at different times of the day, as well as just what I've learned today as well from this 24-hour test. So let's get into it. There's been a couple of farms that I've been testing out. For example, I made a video either yesterday or a couple of days ago, depending on when this video goes out. I made a video about how I did 10 hours of herbalism. That was also baked into this challenge. So in these 24 hours, there's 10 hours of herbalism and mining, and that happened from midnight to 10 AM. So those were 10 hours of pure herbalism and mining, nothing else, and I made 3,000 gold from just that. We also made in total, from 24 hours, we made 5,979 gold in auction value or looted item value. We also got 197 raw gold by just vendoring stuff, so those two added up should be like 6.1, 6.2, almost 6.1, so 6.1 thousand gold in 24 hours. So let's talk a little bit about what I've learned from the experience so far. And first of all, I want to cover one gold farm that I used a lot for this challenge, and that is the Throne of Kill Jaden. This farm is one of my favorite gold farms because of the hyperspawn mechanic, and having tested it during this 24 hours, I farmed it at like 8 PM, 9 PM, 10 PM yesterday, or at the beginning of the farm, or the challenge itself. I also farmed it towards the end of the challenge, so in the middle of the day, and also very early in the morning, so like after 10 AM, after I finished my herbalism challenge, and herbalism mining, I went right back to this place right here, and I farmed out a ton of primal fire, and I had a blast. I could stand like right here, I could have all of these locations to myself, like I could have all of these spawns all to myself, and same thing over here as well. I could have pretty much all of the spawns around this one place. I'll show you in a second. So for example, all the way down here, you have a lot of spawns over at this area, and I had this entire place to myself, so I could just stand here, pull things all the time, no competition whatsoever. But then it became 4 PM, between 3 and 4 PM on Tuesday, when I was doing the challenge, so in the middle of the day, and the competition started ramping up like crazy. So the gold per hour went in half, like it literally got cut in half, and at the end of the challenge, I was stuck all the way in the corner here. I was stuck just waiting for this one respawn, and even for this one respawn, we were 2 people, so I had to spam click Moonfire and use tabbing, so I had to tab target all the time and just spam Moonfire. So we were competing for one mob, while earlier that day, like a little bit earlier in the morning, I could have this entire place to myself with 4 different spawns available, all to myself at like 11 AM. And also on the day before that as well, in the evening, I had the place all to myself as well at like 10 PM. So what I've gathered for example, this farm right here is that don't farm here from 4 PM to 8 or even 9 PM. Like right now as well, you can see there's tons of people here. So from 4 PM to 9 PM, you kind of want to stay away as much as possible. Okay, so I also want to talk about every single gold farm that I did during the challenge, as well as the gold per hour as well. So here we go. To begin with, I actually started out at the Oshugun farming for Primal Shadows, and over here I only made about 125 to 150 gold per hour. so it's obviously not the best farm if you look at my average gold per hour being 250 for the entire duration. So 125 is like half of my average, which is kinda bad. The good thing about this farm is that it's available for level 65 and above, so you can go here while leveling. The other farms do require you to be level 70, actually not really, but kinda. So this one is good for levelers. I wanted to start there to see the gold per hour, and I didn't like it too much, so we moved on. After that I went to Blade's Edge, we went all the way up to Bashir's Landing. I have a video on this farm, which is my second or third most recent video, called This Gold Farm is Insane, or This TBC Gold Farm is Insane. That one is great, gave me 200 gold per hour. It used to be better based on the price of keys. Basically, you can drop these keys right here, the Ethereum prison keys. And to do the farm itself, like first of all, you have to get yourself to Bashir's Landing, which requires flying to get through the border right here. So you have to have flying, but also to get these keys to drop, you have to be honored with the consortium and do a quest. Just get honored with the consortium, then you get a quest in the Stormspire called Meeting Someone. It's like seek out Asmir or Nasmir or something. Seek out someone. You then follow that quest all the way up here. You do one quest with that guy, and then you can get the keys. That's all the requirements you need to do. And from that farm, I got 200 gold per hour, but I didn't like it too much. So from there, we went down to Hellfire Peninsula, all the way to Throne of Kil'jaeden. Over here, I made about 215 to 300 gold per hour, kinda depending on RNG. I also got a very good blue RNG recipe for jewel crafting, I think. Yeah, jewel crafting. That sells for 500 gold. That was RNG though, but during that hour I made like 900 gold per hour based on that recipe. But the usual gold per hour from Throne of Kil'jaeden was about 250 to 250 to 300, about in that area. And this is also when I want to talk about like when you're farming, because when I was farming here early in the morning and late in the evening, I was making 250 to 300 gold per hour, but when I was farming here at 4 PM, when I went back to farm here at 4 PM, which is like prime time, between 4 and 5 PM, I was only making 150, so the gold per hour was basically cut in half because there was so much competition. So if you're planning to farm at a high popular area like Throne of Kil'jaeden, you might want to avoid prime time, so try to avoid between 4 PM and 9 PM if possible. If you want somewhere to farm during prime time, I would highly suggest Blade's Edge Mountains at Bashir's Landing. I farmed here during prime time myself, absolutely no issues. There's rarely ever competition, and if you think you're experiencing competition at this place, then go to Throne of Kil'jaeden and realize what real competition looks like. The competition at Throne of Kil'jaeden is absolutely insane, so farming at Bashir's Landing is truly a breath of fresh air. And after I did those 3 farms right there, I then went to Netherstorm, did herbalism and mining, got me about 200 gold per hour. Yeah, 250 actually, 250. Then I went to Shadowmoon Valley. Netherstorm was 200. Shadowmoon was 350. Shadowmoon was 250. I'm way too tired for this. 200, 250, 300. And at the peak, Nagrand actually gave me 400 as well, which was in the middle of the night when almost no one was playing. I was almost the only one doing mining. I think we were 5 people at level 70 in Nagrand at the time, and I was making 400 gold per hour, only doing mining. Basically what I'm doing in Nagrand to optimize myself, or optimize the gold per hour, is to only search for mining veins, go inside every single cave you see, go inside this cave, this cave, this cave, go inside the cave down here, go inside that cave, go up to the hills over there, go to every single lake that you find, because sometimes you find them in the lake as well. And when I'm at the Twilight Ridge, I also search for herbalism spawns, if you have herbalism, because you can get mana thistles, and they are worth a lot. So other than the Twilight Ridge, only search for mining veins all around the place, and then when you're at Twilight Ridge, search for both mining veins and herbalism spawns. And the same thing kinda goes for Netherstorm as well, but over here I kinda look for everything, and then you have to go to Socrathar's Sea to get mana thistle, and for the Shadowmoon Valley, you have to go to Netherwing's Ledge to also get mana thistle. And at the Netherwing Ledge, and also Socrathars Seat, and even all the way up here as well at Twilight Ridge, there's a slightly higher chance to find corium veins for mining. So you really want to go through those places, but those places are locked behind having flying, because you have to fly there. So with all of that being said, you guys, I think it's about time we actually take a look at everything I've gotten so far from farming for 24 hours. And to do that, we have to log on to 2 different characters. What I did was to send everything that I gathered in my 10 hours of herbalism mining to one character, and then everything I've gathered in the other 14 hours is sent to a different one, just so I have them split. So we're gonna log on to those characters and check out those bags. One thing I guess I should have said before we go and log on over to other characters is that after those 24 hours, I made 5,979 gold in looted item value, as well as 197 gold in vendor items from greys and greens. So in total, that would put us at 6,176 gold after 24 hours of farming, which is absolutely great. And just to show you guys my loot appraiser as well, which is right about there, if I right click, you can see that I'm only displaying or like counting the common ones. So when I loot vendor trash, it's not counted into the final gold right there for the loot item value. So whenever I'm selling those, I have to count that in to add that onto that value. So we made over 6k gold in 24 hours. Also, if you look at the loot appraiser up at the top left, you can see that the average gold per hour was sitting at 248, and that is including like food breaks, toilet breaks, whatever breaks, sandwich breaks and stuff like that, whenever I just took a 5-minute here and there. So a lot of small breaks, and we were still sitting at a fairly respectable gold per hour, even including those breaks. I never put the loot appraiser on pause or restart or anything. We just had that one going in the background for the entire stream. So 248 gold per hour was the average gold per hour, based on the entire 24 hours spent, and also the looted gold. Okay, so here you have my bank character for all of the herbalism that I did, or herbalism and mining for 10 hours. I've shown you this before in a previous video, so I'll go through this very quickly. But basically we have a couple of gems. This one was very lucky. This one goes for 100 gold plus. These ones goes for 36 gold each. These ones are trash. I got some primal fires. We got a lot of adamantite. We got some fell iron as well. We are sitting on quite a bit of nightmare vines. We have some seeds. We have some dreaming glories that are worth nothing at all. We also have a ton of terracones. These are fairly expensive, so they should net us some gold. And basically this is everything we have. We have some eternium, we have some corium, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so for like the rest of the farming session, except for those 10 hours of herbalism and mining, it's fairly easy to see what I've been focusing on. So for example, all the way down here we have a lot of different items, such as netherweave cloth. We also have motes of shadow, primal shadow. We have a random green item in the level 63 range. So all of these items right here on this row kind of came from the primal fire shadow farm at the Oshigan in Nagrand. All of the netherweave cloth came from there, the primal shadow came from there, the mote of shadow also came from there, and the shield as well came from there. Other than that, you see I have some marks of Sargeras, some Sunfury Signets. Those were just from killing random mobs while doing gathering. And I also have quite a bit of herbs and mining veins, or herbs and ores and stuff like that, on this character as well. And that is because after 4 PM and 5 PM, I noticed that the Primal Fire farm was way too popular, so I had to go and do something else to finish the challenge, which was kind of demoralizing, because I've wanted to farm only Primal Fires for the end of the farm, or the end of the stream, but I couldn't do it anymore. It was too crowded there, so I had to go and try something else. So I went and did some more herbalism and mining as well, so we have something extra. And you can see that most of my value from this 24-hour farm did come from herb and mining, and a lot came from Primal Fire. These are selling for 31 gold each right now, and I have 42 of them. All of them were farmed during this session. Everything on this character was farmed during my 24-hour session. So if I try to search up this recipe right now, I'm kind of wondering what the price is. It says 600 gold, so hopefully somewhere around there. 633. I got this one while farming for the Primal Fires, so that's a really good find right there. And then we also have 40 Primal Fire that we also got from that same farm. They are going down in price down to 29, so that's kind of sad to see. I was hoping they would go up in price before I sell them, but if I have to sell them now, then I will. So that's pretty much all of the loot we got from the farm. I'm kind of happy. I'm now going to try to sell some stuff. I'm going to keep some stuff. There's some things I want to sell, some things I'm going to keep. I'm trying to do some investments as well for TBC that I'll make a video on later on, if there's a demand for that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It was kind of a way to challenge myself. I was in the need of some gold. I kind of wanted to stream. I wanted to test some farms, and here we are. So we did a 24-hour stream. Now what's next? If you enjoyed the video, and if you enjoyed the stream, if you tuned in, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want more TBC content, smash that subscribe button as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.